This is probably one of the most embarrassing trauma time. I'm at this guy's house. We had ourselves a little sleepover, okay? I was what the kids like to call commando, wearing his sweatpants. In my sleep, I let out the longest fart you could ever imagine. I woke up mid-farting. Like, the toot itself didn't wake me up. The toot was tooting, and I woke up mid-toot. Ladies, you know, we have two different types of farts. Some that go down and some that come up. But I tell you, I was flapping in the wind around this man's room like a helicopter. I was for ages, for decades. It had to be over a minute. It had to be over 60 seconds. I decide to play it safe, keep my eyes shut, and pretend like I'm sleeping while I am helicoptering around this man's room. He definitely woke up. I did my little trying to be like sexy sleep. It's really hard to be sexy when you've just helicoptered around a man's room.
I had a paranormal encounter, and it was 100% my fault. To this day, I have not recovered, so my therapy is just telling you guys. One weekend night in high school, my friends and I decided to have a sleepover. It's the middle of the night, and we get a text from one of our friends saying that he came across something interesting. I do not know how he found this, and to this day, I have never been able to relocate it, but it was there that night. He said he was gonna come pick us up to show us, and honestly, we were pretty bored, so we kind of just went along with it. So we get in his car, he starts driving, and eventually one of us asks, hey, where are we going? And he's just like, you guys are never going to believe what I found. After like 30 minutes of driving, we pull up to this like gated metal fence. Mind you, at this point, we're all terrified, honestly, because it is pitch black outside. Because of the headlights from the car, we can see that there's just like tall grass everywhere. Like nobody has been here in a very long time. We all hop out of the car and he shows us that there's like this slit in the fence and tells us all to just try to squeeze through it. I don't know why we just blindly followed his lead, but we did. When I tell you I was so unprepared for what we saw, it was an entire abandoned village. Like this full circle of just deteriorating homes.
Have you ever met someone and been like, all right, you have seen like way too many rom-coms? I just remembered I went on a date with this guy who like acted like a movie character. Like the way even he asked me on the date was kind of like main character-y. He like texted me twice. He was like, the second time he was like, Becca, I know you're doing nothing Thursday night. Might as well get a free meal. And I was like, Looking back, that was kind of weird, but obviously I went, or else I would not have the story to tell you. So we get to the date and he just kept using like weird lines on me. Like he kept talking about his ex and like he'd be like, so by the way, why was he talking about his ex? But he would be like, my mom didn't like her. My mom likes everyone. I was like, okay, well, first of all, can you elaborate on that one? And second of all, isn't that that's a Justin Bieber song? I know that song. And we were talking about if guys and girls can ever be friends. And he was like, you and me, we're not gonna be friends. I was like, well, that's Wolf of Wall Street. I've definitely seen that movie. Also, Margot Robbie says that line. Are you trying to be Margot Robbie? Also, I think he pre-planned like every topic we would talk about and the dialogue that we would have. So if I said something like off his script, it would throw him off, like visibly throw him off. I was about to make a joke about that, but then I was thinking, and I was like, wait, no one else has ever written me a script for a date before. I'm really single. I feel like you can usually tell like 6 minutes into a date if you're gonna see the guy again. I could tell in around 2, but honestly, he was sweet. It's just that he was doing like a comedy routine the entire time. He would like say something and then wait for laughter. Like he built pauses in his, dude, stop. Sometimes I wouldn't realize that it was my turn to laugh. Oh god. Then he would like get thrown off again and oh my god, stop. It was like a comedy routine mixed with like, I need to like woo this girl, I need to win this girl over. And I was like, you don't have to woo. Are you looking at me? Like you don't, I'm good. Anyways, the date ended, he walked me to my door and he was like, I'm gonna see you again. I was like, oh yeah. Where? The next day, he had cookies delivered to my house with a note that said something like, these are almost as sweet as you. Okay. I'm telling the story back, like trying to make fun of this guy, but like I'm thinking now and I'm like, wait, what? No guy I've ever actually liked has ever done anything. I've never got cookies from a guy that I liked. What? Like maybe I should text him. I think in the first 6 minutes was like the Wolf of Wall Street line that he used that freaked me out and I immediately knew, but now I'm thinking like maybe I should give him another chance. Okay, I have to go. I have to text someone. This video took a turn. So yeah.
In this story, but I'm gonna tell it anyway. I literally can't stop thinking about it, and I feel like the moral is worth exposing myself. A couple years ago, I cringe followed someone. She did something weird, and I just wanted to like follow her and like see what this weird person was up. It was a mean-spirited follow, which by the way, if you hate follow someone for any reason, like one psycho to another, like you need mental help. I needed mental help. I would never like comment anything mean, but I just like would observe what she would do and then like silently be like, what a weirdo. So humiliated to even admit that, but whatever. The years have progressed and I have like gained sanity. I stopped doing that shit. I unfollowed her. I moved on with my life. That was about like 4 years ago. Have not thought about this person, have not seen this person. The other day, I randomly thought to look her up, and one of the reasons why I cringe followed her was because she would post with just this unearned confidence. Again, I'm not this person anymore, so I can see objectively how psychotic it is to like look at someone and be like, you do not deserve to walk around thinking that you're the shit. Like I was not well. Anyway, she would post like fashion content like she was the shit. She would talk about like beauty and fitness, and she would talk about how much money she was going to have one. Me being a mean-spirited psychotic was like, the point is I looked her up years later, not even that many years later, like maybe 4 years later. My jaw literally dropped because this random girl did literally all of it and more. She looks like a actually completely different person. I have never in my 26 years of life seen a glow up like this. I swear to God. Head to toe transformed. It's not just the way she looks. She got rich as fuck. She got married. She had a baby. She has the best sense of fashion. She has the best taste in luxury beauty. It was the most humbling thing I've ever experienced. Because I had to spend those 4 years correcting like basic human flaws within me, like being a psycho hater. She was spending her time doing the thing, living her life, chasing her dream. And on the other side of those 4 years, I'm at my lowest low and she's thriving. Anyway, unfortunately, the moral of that story, and I'm on the wrong side of history with it, is if you think that if you start a business, people are going to judge you, people are going to not believe you, they're not going to see your vision. If you're posting on social media and they think it's cringe, they might think it's cringe, but on the other side of that, like, I'm so embarrassed to be me right now in this story. I'm embarrassed to have ever acted that way at any point, but especially just seeing it play out, how like being in her own lane and like having confidence in herself, like paid off. Like I'm telling you guys, I have not stopped consuming her content for days. Just like I cannot get enough of. She is so beautiful, so confident, living her dream. You might have hater, but they will end up where they belong, and you will end up where you belong. So do your thing.
In 2017, my mom was homeless and lost her puppy. She lost her car, her house, her job, went into a manic psychosis, and it took a long time for her to get out of it. 2 years ago, she was put on medication and she's been good ever since. And I decided it was finally time for her to have a new puppy because she had lost her puppy. So I reached out to this guy who lives 3 hours away from me. I guess you could probably tell where this is going. And I picked up this tiny little for my mother as a surprise. Pulled up at the Walmart. I was like, oh my God, this puppy's so cute. And then I realized she's infested with fleas. Oh my God.